Welcome everybody to NEGU TV. I'm sitting in my house. Our guest Austin is sitting in his house because we're still in our homes and doing business. Welcome to NEGU TV. And today we are talking with Austin. I'll let Austin explain a little bit about who he is. But one of the reasons why we wanted to chat with Austin today is because as we head towards finishing 10 years of spreading joy to kids fighting cancer around the world, we're always intrigued by not only how do courageous families learn about us, but how supporters learn about us. And Austin is a supporter and part of NEGU Nation. And so welcome to NEGU TV, Austin.
Wow, thank you very much, Mr. Rees. It's a very weird pleasure to be here. I never expected to be chatting with you in person, or at least virtually in person, as many of us have become accustomed to today. But
so, Austin, where do you live?
I live in New Rochelle, New York, which is a suburb of New York City.
Okay, yep. And by the picture over your shoulder, it looks like that you're a dad.
I am a dad. That is my son, Ander. He will tell you that he is 4.5 years old.
Yes, 4.5. That's important. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
yep.
So Austin, how did you hear about the Jessie Rees Foundation? Was it online? Was it through a friend? I mean, how did you come to learn about us?
Well, that's actually a kind of a fun story. Also, in a way, a bit of a disappointing story. I have a group of friends here in the New York area that are New York Jets fans, and I participate in online communities as well. I'm a season ticket holder, which might be the worst investment possible. But I will say that the reason I heard about the Jessie Rees Foundation was indirectly through one of my heroes, Sam Darnold, who I know is a huge ambassador for the Jessie Rees Foundation. I actually lost a bet. I made a bet a little over a year ago, betting on the Jets, and a lot of us are very cynical. And the bet was that if I didn't win, I would donate money to a charity. Well, I didn't win, which is sad. I wish I could have been more successful in that bet. However, the suggestion was made that I should look up the Jessie Rees Foundation, because that's Sam Darnold's, I believe it's called My Cleats, My Cause. Yeah. And he wore that and probably will continue to wear that for the Jessie Rees Foundation. And I thought that it was a fabulous idea. And I did some research and I kind of looked into your organization and I made a donation. And it was the best losing bet I have ever made in my life. It was really cool. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
And to this day, Bobby Scott, who's been a wonderful ambassador as well, has reached out to me. I'm a continued supporter. I'm looking forward to continue supporting. So it's kind of a funny way I came around, but we always end up where we need to be somehow.
Yeah. So besides, obviously, you lost a bet, and because of Sam, you know about us, and you're now a wonderful supporter of ours, and we're so grateful for your support. What is it about kids fighting cancer and about Jessie's motto to never ever give up? Does any of that also resonate with you as a dad?
Well, so number one, it certainly resonates with me as a dad. I mean, you become more aware of the things that children go through. I think that sometimes they're almost more aware of their surroundings than even we are in a lot of ways. You know, they perceive things without all of the things that adults have that kind of color our opinions and views on things. And my son is a very caring child and knows how to empathize with others, so on that aspect, it's very special. But also a very close friend of mine for many, many years has been a registered nurse in a children's oncology ward. She previously worked at Baptist Hospital down in Miami. she's let me know that she's very aware of Joy Jars and all of the happiness it brings, and really the simplicity of it all. It's not a complicated thing, you know. I mean, there are a lot of great organizations that work with kids who are and families that are dealing with difficult times, and sometimes there's a whole lot of logistics and hoops to jump through. This is just such a beautifully simple thing. It's just, here's something to bring you some happiness, and that you can share it, you know, with your siblings and with your family, and it means a lot to me.
Wow. Well, it means a lot to us that you would be a supporter, and all the way to New York. Like, you know, here I am in California, you're on the East Coast, and, you know, sometimes we just are blown away by how far Jessie's, you know, message and motto has gone, you know, and being able to now be able to send over 300,000 Joy Jars to kids fighting cancer in all 50 states and over 40 countries. It's just incredible, but it's just as incredible when we find out people in New York, you know, that know about us, and, you know, because we're trying to, you know, become a national symbol of help and hope in the childhood cancer space. And it just takes time to build that.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine. I mean, what you're doing is so much more than the sum of the parts. I mean, you know, this is not just simply just taking toys and bringing them to children. You have an organization, you have a network of really dedicated volunteers and employees. You're really doing something special. And then on top of that, the fact that you were able to, you know, take an idea, you know, take something from the heart of your daughter, Jessie, who is a really, really magnificent, wonderful person. It sounds to me like she was more concerned about other people being happy in this world. And you have taken that thought and that heart and expanded it into something really magnificent. I really want to thank you for your dedication and all of the effort that you've done.
Oh, well, thank you. No, I'm obviously very honored to be Jessie's daddy and to carry on, you know, what she started with my wife and our other kids, and the great team that we have, and the mighty NEGU Nation around the world of volunteers and ambassadors. So, you know, we're super grateful that we get to do this. I remind the team all the time, we get to do this. This is an honor. This is a privilege. And it truly is a great feeling of mine to be able to see a child, you know, unfortunately fighting cancer, smile, you know, because, you know, for a moment they didn't think about their cancer. And that to me is a victory, you know, so we're just grateful. So not knowing if there's going to be a football season, but maybe there is going to be a football season. So you're obviously still a Jets fan, dedicated Jets fan. You got the hat on. So
yeah, no, definitely. In fact, I would charge that there is not a single non-dedicated Jets fan. You're probably never going to find anybody that's sometimes we would call them a bandwagon fan. There is no bandwagon for the Jets. We're a dedicated bunch of people. But you know, we're also you know, a tight community, and you know, we have a lot of fun with sports. One of the things that the Jets do that I think is particularly cool is they always find ways to reach out to youth, especially during the off season, emphasize the importance of athletics. They reach out to youth, also people, youth that are may have disabilities or going through illness. I mean, the Jets are really a first-rate organization when it comes to making sure that it's not just, you know, dads like me that are just diehard about sports, but, you know, really making sure that children and families, everything from, you know, toddlers all the way up through grandparents, really feel engaged with the organization. I'm really proud to be a part of that. I'm also, I'm still not certain that a football season is going to happen this year. I hope it does. You know, and I hope Sam Darnold and all of his co-stars there have a real good chance to, you know, bring some quality to the turf there. But we'll see.
Yeah.
But my fandom is not based on whether or not we play games. My fandom is uh, partially just a way to torture myself, and then another in another way just to be able to share a good time with my friends.
Well, no matter what they do, we're going to continue to spread joy to kids fighting cancer. And it's amazing to have your support to allow us to continue to help kids, no matter if it's during COVID or not. Unfortunately, 46 more kids today will be diagnosed with cancer. And so we need to reach those kids and encourage them to never, ever give up. And it's people like you, Austin, and your family that allow us to do it. So again, on behalf of myself, my family, and our foundation, thank you for your support and your encouragement from New York and your dedication to helping us create some smiles on kids' faces. It's really, really special.
The pleasure is all mine. Mr. Rees, thank you very much for speaking with me today. I've really enjoyed every minute of it. This is going to be something I think about for a long time to come. Never, ever give up.
You got that right, buddy. Thanks so much.
Sure thing. You take care.